Let's now look at the topic of headlocks. The headlock, as most people know who are interested in self-defense, is the most common grappling technique you're going to face in the real world. There's a lot of defenses taught by different schools. Some of them are better than others. What I want to do is give you a breakdown here, a conceptual package, so you can understand where your headlock defense fits in this framework. It's a really simple idea, but it helps me organize my material, and you'll be able to see, if you know some defenses, where exactly they fit in. And the way I'm going to instruct the headlock defense portion is following these guidelines. So this is true of any self-defense technique, but let's look at it from the headlock perspective. The attack begins the moment the attacker makes a conscious decision to launch his attack. So there's a beginning phase as he moves towards you. Then he's going to get a hold of your neck. He's going to pull you in tighter. He's going to pull you down. Then he may break your balance and you hit the ground. And then he may end up on top of you. So there is the whole physical motion of the headlock. The opportunity to defend yourself may happen at any time along that time continuum. Obviously, some positions are more difficult than others. When the attacker moves quickly and really aggressively, you're going to move through those phases really quickly. You may end up pinned on the ground, and then you're going to have to defend from there because there's nowhere else to go. That's understood. But if the opportunity to defend yourself comes earlier rather than later, you should take that opportunity, obviously. But many schools don't have a full self-defense curriculum. And I'm talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools, which invented this stuff and have the best headlock defenses in the world. Most of them might have one or two. If you wait too long on that time continuum, it gets more difficult. So we're going to divide our defenses into early, on time, late, and very late once we hit the ground. Let's look at standing headlocks, early defense. Like we talked about earlier, there's a continuum, a time, a sliding scale from the moment the attacker decides to attack you until he puts you possibly on the ground. It gets more difficult as we get farther down that continuum because the attacker's closer to you, his grip is locked on tighter, and he has more weight against you, particularly once you hit the ground. So if the opportunity presents itself to defend yourself early, you should. Obviously, this is more difficult if you're taken by surprise, but many times you perceive what the guy's going to do. Get me in a headlock. Come on, headlock. No. You got to get me in a headlock. What, you didn't have breakfast today or what? Okay, this is the first step. If I know this technique is coming, if you want to call it a technique, a headlock really isn't a headlock. It's a lock around the guy's neck, and it's his chin and jaw structure here that prevents him from pulling his head out. So basically, I'm locking on the soft part of his neck, and his head gets trapped here, you know, like a dog when it gets caught in a fence. That's what makes it difficult for you to get out. So if I know this is the target around my neck, as he goes to lock it up, I bring my shoulders up, very much like the punch defense. Come on, get a tight grip. There's no neck to lock. That's your first defense. So this is kind of like a turtle defense. Again, so I see it coming. You should bring up two hands at once. Do it hard. Go. Okay? People tell me they think this is fanciful. Oh, it's not going to work. I've seen completely untrained people in street fights where this happens. Usually, as one guy swings to hit the other guy, he ends up hitting him too hard on the back of the head. He bends over and the arm comes off. I saw that happen 3 times in one fight alone, the same fight. So what we want to do is take this natural reaction and make a more technical defense out of it. Like before, you never want to have your body bent, especially 90 degrees to the floor. You're about as unbalanced standing as you can be. So the difference is I want to make sure, once again, that I'm changing levels from the legs. The first part of it is take the target area away. Grab. As long as my shoulders are up, it keeps this hole a lot more open. You can pull as tight as you want. There's going to be enough space to get my head out. And I get my head out by bending my legs. That's our first defense. You can call that the gopher. You can call it the turtle, the Ed Sullivan if you're old enough to remember him. The whole idea is use that natural flinch reaction to bring your shoulders up. All right, let's look at the next step along this time continuum. Maybe the guy gets his arm around my neck, but his hands maybe aren't yet together, or more importantly, he hasn't pulled my head down. This is really important. The longer I can keep myself upright, the better chance I have of defending myself. So as he goes to pull me down, I want to put my hips behind his. It's a really simple idea. If his hands haven't got together yet, it's going to be easy for me, again, to get behind him. So that's your second line of defense, is to fight for your posture. As he goes to grab me, oh, I didn't have time to get my shoulders up. He usually steps in front of you in order to get more leverage. He doesn't realize that this sets up a battle of the hips. If he pulls my head down, it makes my butt come out, and it's very difficult for me to get any forward hip pressure. So if I'm going to use hip pressure to defend myself, I have to do it early. A good place to go is here on his shoulder, because it's a natural place to go as he steps in front of you. I want to pull his shoulder back and jam my hips as hard as I can. Now if I'm able to unbalance him really badly, I can just step back. He's going to lose his balance. All right, that's your second line of defense, is your posture. You have to do everything to keep your back straight.